Hi, welcome to Sharp Talk. I'm Doug Marcaida, and did you hear the news? Guess what's back? Forged in Fire!
Doug Marcaida, I am super stoked to be joining you here on this Sharp Talk. Welcome, everyone. The news is out. Forged in Fire is coming back, and I'm excited to talk about it with you in this episode.
Exactly. I mean, we are so blessed to be able to announce that on October 2, 2024, season 11 of Forged in Fire is coming out. I believe there might be 10 episodes. Don't count me on that. But at least we know that there are a lot of episodes that have not been aired. We're looking forward to season 11, and it premieres October 2 on the History Channel.
Doug Marcaida, what can fans expect to see in this episode of Forged in Fire that's different from other seasons?
Well, right off the bat, the very first episode coming in is called Weapons of Mass Destruction. Now, I can give away a lot, but I'll say this. There's a format change. There is a way that we're going to be doing that's also showing other facets of making things with your hands. And when we talk about weapons of mass destruction, I mean, come on, we're talking about action, fun, and a great build. So stay tuned because once again, we're trying to change things up, keeping everything interesting, keeping it fresh and new, and always exciting.
Doug, that sounds epic. I'm super excited to watch it. Have there been any particular memorable moments or maybe even challenges while filming this season of Forged in Fire?
Well, everything is a memorable moment, but a lot of the things that we did for this particular episode that are coming out is we got out of our comfort zone. We got out to go out there and try things so that not only are we just, talking about making blades and finding different tests and meeting all these different craftsmen out there. So a lot of new things that are coming out. Can't give away too much, but also we've listened to you, our viewers, our faithful viewers who've actually had a chance to look at a lot of the Smiths have gone through, over 1,000 of them have gone through. And some of them have become fan favorites, and some have become unbeaten. So a lot of the episodes that are coming up are about challenging the unbeatens because we still have a judge who's unbeaten, and that's Ben Abbott.
That is very interesting. How have you seen the competitors change over time and their skill levels in the show Forged in Fire?
Well, Forged in Fire is a competition show. So it's all about the competition that you don't normally do when you're building weapons, right? Nobody's rushing to make a blade in 3 hours, then have another 3 hours or 2 hours to put it all together, and then we test it right then and there. A lot of the things that we're trying to do now is show people that you can develop your skills the right way in making weapons. But when it comes to a competition, you have to train for a competition. It's one of the things that you can see also when you're looking at the skills and the way our own judges are doing in their unbeaten challenges, right? There's a way that we start to look at every test that's ever been on Forged in Fire, every way of making the blades and then fixing them because it's a competition. So a lot of times you will learn to fix problems when in real life, when you're making a weapon, the minute there are cracks and everything, they just throw it away. They don't continue on. But this is a competition. So you just don't quit and die. You keep on going and going and going, and you find fixes that are not the norm when you're making these weapons to be tested.
And also sounds like a great metaphor for life that if something goes wrong, don't stop, keep going. So I'd like to ask you, what are some of the challenges of testing these unique weapons also crafted under a time constraint?
Well, that's the first thing. Crafted under a time constraint, a lot of shortcuts have been done. Normally, you can take your time. Normally, you can clean every piece of metal that you have, put it all together, take your time. Some would even just do the preparation for one day and come back another time when they're even, shall we say, inspired to continue making their knives. In a competition, you don't have that. You have to be thinking quick. How and what's a strategy? I don't even know how to do this. There are a lot of things, a lot of them have to do by basically just coming up with it on the go. And that's the beautiful thing. That's where we're pushing each contestant to see what you know of your skills that you've developed and what do you do, or rather, what have you remembered from watching all the episodes? Because one of the things that we've had a lot of new contestants come in is that they actually trained according to the show. So that was interesting, meaning that, yes, they knew that you can take your time to do this, but a lot of them started to develop the ways of competing based on the problems they fix. What happens if I crack? How do I fix that? What's this? They're always talking about the handle. Let's put more time into the handle. Or what's this about the way? It's not anymore about the proper way. It's more like, how do I win a competition? And that's different in itself.
That's awesome. Are you able to share any behind the scenes or fun moments that may be captured off camera that we don't get to know about? Can you share any of those with us now?
No, you just have to tune in because I'm under contract. I'll tell you this much. There'll be a lot of George involvement there. There are a lot of new things that we're trying out. But then again, when we're talking about just the fact of blade mating, when we have the other competitions, the beat the unbeaten, just to root for those who be unbeaten. Can you find your favorite competitor in there? Can you watch from these unbeatens and see what have they done during their time off? Have they started training? Because when they come back again, they have to remember this. I've already been there. I know how to, like, everybody goes, I shoulda, good, shoulda, woulda, good. It's all that hindsight now. A lot of them have that hindsight because they've actually done it at the forge before. Except now they're there as a return. They have almost like a title to take care of. Their reputations are on the line because they're going up against another champion, another unbeaten.
I can't even begin to describe how excited I am for this new season. It's been a while. And something for me is that this show has brought me closer together with friends and family. So, my final question, Doug, is how have you seen the audience of the show change over time and how has it brought people together?
For one thing, one of the reasons I feel blessed to be part of the show is it's become a memory show. We've already aired 10 seasons and we're going to season 11, close to 300 episodes. A lot will be in syndication. One of the reasons why on social media I've actually done other platforms that are especially with the young generations, because I get these emails saying, hey, I remember watching this show with my dad. Thank you. And I go, oh, well, thank you. We love the show. We were calling it out, what's going to happen and all these things. I go, regards to your dad. They go, no, he's no longer with us. But when I watch the show, I feel like he's with me. And I've heard the same thing with my grandfather, my mother, my sister, fathers and daughters, sons, everyone. It's a family show. That's the reason why it will kill is the KEAL. When I changed that, when I found it was a family show, it means to keep everyone alive. You know, you defend those that you love. You create these things to defend your principles. But knowing that, I'm blessed to know that people are going to be watching these years to come. It's a global show. We even have a Latin American version of Fortune Fire called Desafío Sobre Fuego, which I'm part of. But what I love about it is people watch it as a family. And every time they look at it, hopefully they'll have great memories of watching that show. And I'm blessed to be part of it.
I know firsthand being able to go to Blade Show and Shot Show and see the passion behind this community of Forge and Fire has been so inspiring for the next generation of bladesmiths and martial artists. What words of wisdom would you give to these future bladesmiths and Filipino martial artists or martial artists in general?
Well, the main thing first is education is power. Knowledge is power. Start there, educate yourself. But then put that knowledge into use. Practice it. Do it. Make as many blades. Do not be afraid of making mistakes. In the beginning, there are no mistakes. There are lessons. So tell yourself, I'm going to try this, and it's not a mistake if it's a lesson. That's how you try. Trial and error, and you get better. That's one of the things that judges say. The more you do it, the better you become, right? The more you do it, the more you learn. And then watch all previous episodes we've had of Forge and Fire because they give you a lot of tips. Whatever's happened to one person has happened before. And you start to find out the theme. How are they going to test? What are they going to do? But the main thing is keep on making it. The more you make it, the better you're going to get at it. It's the same thing as what we do also in martial arts, right? Don't be afraid to learn your lesson. It is in learning that you try and you put yourself out there that you may fail. Failure is if you don't do it. What you get in there is to get the lesson, feel it, immerse in it. This is how I'm going to learn. The more I'm uncomfortable, the more I'm going to find out the answers. So you keep revisiting things. You can watch it through videos and everything. It's the same thing as what we do on Sharp Talk. We try to inspire you. We try to empower you that you can do things from watching videos on your own. So go back to previous episodes of Shark Talk. We do actually get in there and actually talks about some techniques, but also how these techniques can transcend martial arts, can transcend bladesmithing, but actually be used as a way of life.
Truly inspiring. Doug, I'm excited to watch you on the big screen in Forge and Fire. And a big thank you to the audience of Sharp Talk as it continues to grow. So please feel free to comment down below what tutorials, what concepts, and what blades would you like us to cover here on the channel so we can stay sharp together.
All right. And thanks for tuning in. And don't forget, October 2nd on the History Channel, the games begin with some fire. So we'll see you there. It'll kill. I said Fortune Fire is back.